again, doing the unthinkable.
Huge potential
He
here.
gets one, he gets two.
That is beautiful, beautiful front to back right there.
Up 3-1 Eastern. Looking good, feeling good. Life is good.
And welcome back to the Eastern Michigan Esports Twitch channel. So we are getting ready to kick off our third game of the season. We're currently undefeated. We're fighting with Buffalo today. Heavyweight bout yet again. They lost their only loss. They're 0-1. Lost to Ball State. So this is looking to be a pretty good game.
Oh,
you know?
for sure. For sure. It's going to be spicy today. It's going to be real fun. I'm excited.
So, like, honestly, with this matchup, I think we're just going to see more of what just Eastern Michigan thrives at. Like, we saw them play a lot with their default the past game, like especially on Abyss, especially on Haven. Both maps just being exceptional at that. But
Yeah.
Let's push that to the side right now and let's look at the schedule.
Yep. It's going to be a fun little week for us. Earlier yesterday, we had our league match against Buffalo. The boys on league sadly did lose. That's not on there, but still, let you guys know from last week. We got 2-0'd by Buffalo. Our league match. It was pretty sad. Last game was a tragedy. So hopefully the boys can bounce back.
We'll see if we can get a revenge game here tonight.
Yeah, big night tonight for some revenge. I know Buffalo's probably going to be tuning in because they got nothing over there. So it's going to be us, Valorant, versus Buffalo tonight. And then on Thursday or next week, we'll have BGU? BGSU?
BGSU, yeah.
Or Bowling Green. And then after that, again, we'll be going into a doubleheader with Lee going against Ohio next week as well. So that'll be super fun. Ohio's always a good matchup. And I think they're usually a pretty strong team within ESC, so that's going to be super fun to watch them play. I actually really respect Ohio's team because I always feel like, especially their Valorant team, so some years they've been bad, but a lot of years they're kind of similar to Ball State in the sense where they'll have a strong foundation. So whatever they're doing over there, it's kind of working.
If you're familiar with football at all, Ohio actually won the MAC this year in football, so they're looking pretty strong across the board.
Nice.
Our last game is going to be Eastern League of Legends versus Kent State University on the 23rd.
Yeah.
And let's take a look at those standings. Let's see where Ohio sits, because I'm interested in that. They sit third in the ESC at 2-0, matching us. We're going against Buffalo today, 0-1, sitting down there with the other winless teams.
Yep.
Ball State 1-1. The Buffalo's only loss. They played hard against Ball State. Ball State nearly fought back to win that last map. We had to take that to overtime. So let's see how it goes tonight with Buffalo. I think they're a very strong team. Let's take us into the Eastern Michigan roster.
Yeah. Again tonight we've got the boys out looking smazzy. Look at Steven. Redefy looking so handsome. We got Lumac, Wolfenite, Comfy, Alec. Alec is always going to be your flex player. Comfy on the Sentinel, constantly holding down these sites. Lumac, one of the best duelists to watch out for the ESC this year. And then we got Wolfenite running Scan Initiator, which is pretty much just kind of also like a flex role, but more playing towards those agents. And then Redefy, again, your IGL, your smokes, one of the GOATs.
You know, we really thought that Lumac would, go back to back here, but last week we actually had a new MVP in Wolfenite. 5 multi-kills, 1 4K, 4 3Ks, 87 kill assist trade. Honestly, couldn't ask for a better performance. His highlights on that game, just a phenomenal play out of Wolfenite and out of everybody on the team.
Oh, for sure. I kept saying it and I sounded like a broken record, but if it wasn't for Wolfenites on the defensive rounds, the fact that this guy, the longer he stays alive, the more likelihood we're going to win a defensive round. Every round. I mean, the longer he would stay alive, it was just consistent on defense from him.
It was like his power level grew every second he was on the map. And I mean, really, not to give highlight or praise to just one player. Everybody on this team has their place, even if the stats aren't showing like Lumac kind of had a little skid with his stats, but he was playing Yoru. And he was filling his role so well. And if you actually look up to the players right now, our IGL Redefy getting kind of comfortable in those pajamas there.
Yeah, that is definitely something that I was checking out. I'm like, wow, we're playing in PJs nowadays. But hey, you know, whatever makes you win games.
I mean,
as long as you're clicking heads, getting kills, he's calling phenomenal. If he needs to play in PJs, shoot, let him play in PJs,
I mean,
I guess.
the IGL's got to be in maximum comfort. So
yeah, for sure. No pressure at all.
So we have our first map pick in. They picked Corrode. EMU picked Corrode.
The
for
spicy
first
one. The newer map in Valorant.
For me, I don't like Corrode, but I think we're gonna see some very good play with Corrode. I think our Wolf Knight will really thrive here with Sova. You've got many interesting lineups if you play a Sova.
Yeah,
that is.
one big point that I want to like emphasize for Eastern's kind of like their strong point is that on the bigger maps, you have to tend to play more of a defaulty type of style. You have to play slow. I mean, you can change it up in your pacing, but I think Eastern, what we saw from last week, is that their pacing is really good when they play slow and when they play to their own pace. And a map like Corrode, I think it plays right to their standard and kind of how they like to play, because it's a map that's really big. You need to take a lot of space. Mid tends to be a fight very fast sometimes in early rounds, and just in rounds in general. Early in the round, you tend to fight mid a lot, because if you don't get mid control, then the map kind of falls apart. Defense can take a lot of different angles and takes a lot of different space. So I'm going to be really excited to see if Eastern's going to go with the same tempo that they went from last week, with them playing really slow and taking control, or if Redefy's got something up his sleeve and if the coaches have been working on something to kind of like change their tempo, because it's working. It worked last week, and I assume it's probably going to work this week as well.
Speaking of last week, the game against Ball State, where Lumac really like played up on Abyss.
Yeah.
He had that waylay pick, and he would always go up mid every single round and get that free information and just take so much space.
Yeah.
He didn't need to hold it. He just needed that space for information. And that's really, for me, what really led to Eastern Michigan winning that one.
Oh, for sure. I think you bring up a good
handily. So handily.
Yeah. And this is just like, kind of looking at these highlights here, this is just like really good, just like slow playing together. This is the fundamental stuff that we talk about, and it's like this is the type of stuff that builds a foundation. It's not what makes you a great team, or it's not what makes you an exceptional team. It's what makes you a great team. Building this foundation and being so consistent time in and time again with the fundamentals. Look at the boys having fun. Like, this is the type of stuff that you want to be able to be good at early on, because you're playing against really good teams here. To be this fundamentally sound against a team like Ball State is really good to see, and I'm really happy for Eastern, because Eastern has struggled with this in the past couple of years with their teams, where they tend to be these giant slayers, but they can never stay consistent against teams that weren't that good. And so now it seems like this season they're really coming into a different stride, and they're really showing that they can be a consistent team that can fight and compete at the top level at ESC. And these highlights show perfectly why.
I mean, we got a mini Brock here in Wolfenite, really.
Oh, for sure.
On
Don't
that
gas
Odin,
him up too much, but yeah, I 100% agree too.
I mean, he won MVP.
Yeah.
How can I not?
But yeah, like this is the type of stuff that you want to see. This type of retaking, this team play from Eastern. These guys are comfortable with each other. You can tell that they really, really know what they're doing, and that they're confident in their IGL to make the calls. What you brought up with Lumac playing the Yoru, I think was so good, because he didn't have an exceptional game. He was 16 and 18, just around there in some rounds. You know, I think he almost finished kind of negative, but the thing that I liked about it was that you could tell Lumac was trusting the calls that were being made by the team, and at no point was he like confident in to do his job. He was still chowing. He was still, teleporting, following the rules on defense. Like, he was playing very, very patient, but also playing as super aggressive if needed be by the team. And that takes a lot of patience and confidence to like follow within your IGL, because when you're a player that is playing at such a high level, and you also feel like your aim is so good, like it is for Lumac, a lot of times you want to play to your game. But it comes at a downside when you play your game sometimes, because then you lead into baiting and you lead to like a lot of mistakes. So I'm really proud to see a guy like Lumag lead the charge at the duelist position, because you can tell he's super confident in his IGL, he's super confident in his coach, and he's super confident in like the tactics that the team has for him to trust in him, because there's going to be some games where he's going to pop off, and there's going to be some games where he's not the focal point to get kills. He's not the focal point to make the plays and win the game for Eastern.
It's really the fine balance of trusting your team and building off their plays, and then also going off on your own and just getting those crucial picks to win these rounds.
Yeah, I mean, you have a guy like Comfy. Comfy is a guy that is going to go off on his own. He's going to do his own thing sometimes, especially when he's playing, you know, on Haven. They're playing that flex smoke. So they're playing 2 smokes on Haven, and it was really great to see how Comfy was so confident in his self and on his site in defending and playing to his own. Sometimes he pushed out. Sometimes he did find a play. He was reading these patterns that he was seeing, and he was able to play to them. So
I mean, you really saw it at the end of the game. He closed it out for us with, what, a 4K?
Yeah.
I mean, it really doesn't get any better than that. When you can play a role like controller and still be able to rip off these multi-kills.
Yeah, no, I mean, these are the type of plays that down the line, when you're going to be playing potentially in the playoffs, these are the type of plays that you need to be making in order to win games. I mean, you can always bench on your fundamentals to get you 5, 6 rounds, 8 rounds, 4 rounds, you know what I mean? But in a total of a game, those big plays like that, that's what makes you get that win. That's what gets you that 13th round, and that's what gets you that win, is because you're making these big plays that slightly change the game, and it snowballs into a win. And I'm really hoping that Eastern's going to do that tonight. They're looking really, really good. The boys are comfortable. We've got guys rocking PJs, like guys were eating grapes pre-game, strawberries, you know, they're feeling good, looking good. The game is going to be good tonight, and I think Buffalo's a good competition for them, because you're playing against one of the better teams in last week in Ball State, and then to play against another decent team in Buffalo, it's going to show, like, if they can really pull off the win this week, it'll really show the type of caliber that Eastern has this year.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this game. I hope that Eastern really just extends their record further.
Yeah.
I mean, Buffalo, tough competition, as always. We thought Ball State was going to be kind of a cakewalk in that Abyss pick. Turned out not to be, but, well, kind of turned out not to be, because we had some difficulty on Haven, but we still climbed back up, still got that W. It's just the grit of this team to just pull through when it's needed.
Yeah, and I mean, for me, I think the biggest thing that I want to be kind of putting a focal point is this corrode map. Momentum is everything at this level in a BO3. Momentum carries very, very hard, especially at this level. I mean, a lot of the guys in collegiate are sometimes not the best when it comes to their mental. They spiral really quick, but having that mental fortitude in that in a best of 3 is also very important. And if you can come in with some really good tempo that first game, and really like come in with a nice fast pace, start the grounds off running, and you know, get really nice and get like a nice little lead, I mean, it'll really be good for Eastern, and I'm really excited to see, because this corrode map, I don't really know what their comp's going to be looking like. I'm expecting, you know, maybe double smokes. That's kind of like what we're seeing typically on a map like corrode. So I'm imagining maybe, you know, they're going to go to like a Viper and an Astro, or maybe a Viper and an Omen. But I'm excited to see, because I think this map is going to be maybe one of their better maps this season.
If I recall, I'm predicting more a double initiator pick here, because Corrode to me is a very similar map to Abyss, where you need that mid control. If you control that mid, then the other team can't rotate across very freely.
I think actually, to your point, yeah, you're probably right. It's probably going to be you know, 2 smokes and 2 initiators. So it'll probably be that, because that's what makes most sense. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't go with a Sentinel this map and they go with 2 initiators and 2 smokes. So well, it's going to be an interesting map, and it'll be cool to see what the boys are going to pull off. So
we have our final map picks finalized.
Okay.
So we're going to be going into Haven in the second map, Buffalo's pick. We are going to be starting out on attack, and then the decider map is going to be Abyss, us starting on defense.
Okay.
Which I like to see that.
Yeah,
so.
I think all those maps are really good for Eastern. I really don't actually think that that is poor maps at all for Eastern. I think they play well on all 3 of those maps. So, I mean, good luck to Buffalo because that's going to be really tough. I mean, Haven, they played phenomenal on Haven last night or last week. So, I wouldn't be surprised if they pull off a 2-0 here, to be honest.
Honestly, I think the Haven pick from Buffalo is really sort of like a counter pick, you know, because they saw that Ball State got steamrolled on the Abyss pick, so they choose a map like Haven. We go onto Haven and they take us to overtime. Yeah, and you know they see that and they're like, we could probably do that. Yeah. They probably feel like they have a chance. They're probably extending confidence here, which
and that's what you need.
We'll see how it plays out, but I have all my chips on EMU, barring my biases. Yeah. So yeah,
I think it's going to be really interesting. So we're going to go to break here before our first map rips off, and yeah, stay tuned.
Stay tuned and stay safe.
Yes.
All right, and we are back with the Agent Select on Corrode. So it looks like we're gonna see a looks like double duelist from Buffalo here. Let's see if they change it.
Yeah.
And it looks like they are, like you predicted, going with the double smoke on the eastern side.
Yeah. And then they're gonna go with this okay, interesting. Comfy with the Clove. That'll be kind of interesting.
I don't think Wolfenite is gonna pick Viper. I'm just gonna go out there.
Yeah, I think he'll probably look at Sova here, maybe.
So
but on the side of Buffalo, they're going with a pretty interesting comp. Very aggressive.
A fade pick, what I expect here, you know. I expected a Waylay. She's been really popular.
Yeah.
Lumac's probably gonna pick Waylay as well.
But no double smoke on Buffalo, and you're starting on defense side.
No double smoke.
I would have liked to see a double smoke.
No double smoke, and your only smoke is Omen. That's interesting to me. Wolf Knight does lock in Fade. There are plenty of lineups to be had. Alexander locks in Waylay. Lumac locking in KO.
Yeah.
Interesting picks, to say the least.
Yeah. That's going to be interesting. Very, very interesting. We got some side bets going on, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know what Chris is doing with that cash, but that's probably the only cash he's got in his pocket.
I don't know. Are there any bets on streakers for this game?
I don't know. But I did throw a bet on Kalshi for Redefy to take off his PJ, so we'll see if that happens.
I bet over on Lumac 25 kills.
Yeah. Yeah, I also put $45 on Comfy to go 0-7, so I don't think that's going to hit.
Okay, like really interesting picks.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, you predicted double smokes, I predicted double initiator.
But then I also said, like, they're going to do both, because that's what makes sense.
Who knew? Who knew?
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. This type of comp is just, like, really good. I mean, this is just, like, standard comp that, like, you'd run on, like, a big map like this. But heading into the game, I mean, instantly we're going to get attacks. And look, Alec playing on the Waylay and just getting an initial kill. This is going to cause Buffalo to go to A and not leave anyone on B. They're going to see from the trip, but Chamber's going to be walking up A and mid, and Alex going to be able to fight here.
Alex gets his second pick off that. That fake A was so crucial here. Alexander using his E there, trying to get the third on that fade. The fade's going to fight hard.
Just causing time, though. This is such a good play from Alec right here.
And he's going to draw them all towards him.
Yeah, just wasting time. This is perfect. I mean, this is 2v4 now. This should be an easy win for Eastern here. That was a great round to start off by Alec. Great job, by the way. Like, oh, wow.
And Bumpkin gets his first kill on EMU.
Can he get another one? Let's see. The blind comes out from the Omen.
All right, they're creeping up. Redefy getting him there, and the Fade is going to try and fight out. Lumac is going to get his obligatory pick of the round.
Yep.
And that's going to bring us into round 2 with an Eastern dub.
Up 1-0. Starting off strong. Great pistol round by Alec. Love to see that aggressiveness from Alec. So, yeah, it's going to be really, really exciting. And I think he's whipping a Bulldog out.
You know,
I would be very careful mid if I was Buffalo right now.
I like this team comp, and I like the way they're playing it. So they had that A fake, very convincing on the first round. The Viper wall coming across, and then the Waylay moving in, getting that pick. It draws them all towards him. But now they're going to go for the real A push here. The Viper is going to try and lurk mid here, but the smoke is going to kind of cut her off there.
Yeah, this is a really good play by Eastern to play slow to the tempo, but they don't know that they're running into a stack. This is going to be really dangerous from Eastern. I really hope they don't get picked off here. It's going to be really big for Eastern to trade, but Yoru's going to get one pick. We're going to get the trade out of Lumac. Yoru's going to get another one. Omen's going to get one more. And Buffalo's getting 3 here. We get the trades. Yoru gets another one.
Lumac gets another.
Yoru's going to get 3 with the Sheriff. This is insane. It's a 2v1. Lumac on a 1v1 now. He's going to be able to... He has the bomb. He's going to be going B here. This is going to be an insane 1v1. Can Lumac save the round?
God.
And he gets the clutch. Eastern making it look very shaky for a round 2, but they're going to get the dub. And my God, was that a save from Lumac.
Just electrifying gameplay. Lumac faking the rotate back through mid and just catching the Omen off guard there. Just a masterclass.
Very cheeky Radiant play right there. Very cheeky.
Honestly, loving this gameplay from Eastern Michigan. Just going off what they practice, just executing it to perfection. Lumac putting the team on his back there.
Yeah, that was very, very clean. Great job. I'm not going to disregard Buffalo. That was a great call on their stack. The fact that they got lucky with that stack, too, was amazing, and they almost got the pick. But already, we're going to be seeing mid. Omen's going to be walking out potentially to 3 people. This is going to be very scary from Redefy, and he's only got a sheriff. Is he going to clear? He gets one. That is such a big pick out of the fade. Onto the fade, they're going to have only one initiator here. This is really good pick by Redefy, and no trade from the side of Buffalo. This is perfect for their default here.
I mean, Redefy is going to pull back there, get through spawn to try to regroup with his folks, heading towards B. Fukuro gets his first pick on Lumac. And this game is wide open. It's 4v4 right now.
Yeah, that was a great pick by your way to turn back the tide to their side and be able to slow down Eastern. And they're going to have to definitely take a double check. But Alec is going to go in straight away, and he's going to come back. He's just going to get some information. I really like that play. And then another pick out of Comfy. Being able to get the lurk on the A, that's going to be a free gun from him. But do they know the Waylay is here on Buffalo's side? They don't, and Waylay's going to get 2. Does she get 3? Doesn't look like they're going to get 3, but this should be a bomb plan for the side of Eastern.
They're going to have to play a tough retake here. It looks like they're going to choose the option of Link. Comfy doesn't know this. He's going to be posted up in CT. Fade is going to get the plan off backside, trying to work with his teammate there. They're all going to lurk through CT, being very careful. They don't know both of them are on site.
Yeah, this is really good for Eastern into this, but they're playing together here. Buffalo's going to be able to get that call out, and the Waylay is going to have to go big here. The flash doesn't connect. Wolfenite gets the kill on the Waylay. Can they get the trades? Comfy looking good, and he gets the 3rd. Wow, what a round by Comfy.
I mean, utter dominance so far. You know, well, dominance wouldn't be the right word for that last round, for round 2, but Lumac just being able to pull that back, and then Comfy here with the 3K. Those Guardians shots just lethal.
Yeah, that's gonna haunt you for the rest of the round. I mean, if that happens to me, I'm pretty much checking out of my hotel and leaving. So Comfy setting the tone early for Eastern.
Awesome lineups from this team as well. Just like knowing where to put everything at all times. I think it's interesting. We talked about that mid space before the game. They took all that mid space, but still, it forced them to combine onto one route there and just get choke pointed onto that entry on A. We're going to see the chamber there trying to creep down. Doesn't know Comfy's there, but the wall is there.
Yeah, and I think you bring up a good point. This mid pressure is super big. It is a focal point for Buffalo's side, but they're just not being successful. Redefy is going to be fighting this. The Waylay's down, but do they know? Redefy is going to get the pick onto the 1 Waylay. It's going to be a 4v5 here. Their chamber's looking up. Pandora gets caught out by Lumac. Lumac playing slow. This should be a push towards B side for Eastern. This is really, I don't like how Buffalo is just playing so strong towards the mid, and Waylay's going to get another pick. They're playing such a focal point on their mid presence, but they're leaving their sights wide open, and Eastern's reading them like a book right now.
I mean, it looks like a complete swap of character from Alexander and Lumac here. I mean, usually you have Lumac on the duelist and then Alexander flexing to initiator.
Yeah.
But here, they just step into their roles here and just really playing awesome. Lumac getting another pick on Fukuro, trading. Comfy getting another on the chamber there, and they win the round. 0-4.
Yep, and the boys are looking good. They're getting hyped. They're screaming out here. But it is great to what you're saying. I really like this tempo. I was talking about tempo. I was talking about a change of pace earlier in the map pick, and I wanted to see how the Eastern was going to come out on Corrode. And like you said, I think the swaps from the Waylay, from Alec, and then Lumac on the KO, it's changing the pace, but the players are still being able to play their game as well, and it's working. It is really, really working right now, and they're not playing slow. They're playing slow to start maybe the first 5, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, but they really are just hitting these strong sites that they feel really confident on. And off that, we're going to get a rip. KO's going to, but Buffalo's going to be fighting. We're going to get the trades out. Wolf and that Lumac going to get 2 there, and then Alex going to be jumping in. Does Fade have anything to do, or are they just going to sit there like a little puppy? Oh, man, this is bad.
I mean, they can just do whatever they want here. They push fast. They get the spike planted down. The KO is going to find the Fade there. I mean, what can they really do here?
Yeah, and Buffalo, again, falling into another 2v4, not really doing it. Some of these players are becoming irrelevant into this game. And, I mean, when you're 4-0, you might want to start talking about a timeout if I'm on the side of Buffalo.
I would definitely take a timeout real early here. Ball State did the same thing. Lumac getting his 3rd of the round. That pushes him to 10. And Chamber making a name for himself, gets 2, fakes the defuse.
Hold on. I might have to eat my words. Hold on. Chamber looking kind of nasty. He's not going to be able to do anything, though, because he's not going to be able to know that the...
Oh, gets his 3rd, but Wolfenite finishes him off.
Yep, Wolfenite, the win con. He's the truth. He's always been the truth. He will be the truth in the future, now, present, past. It's that guy. He always wins the round. And, I mean, right there, he just solidifies that round. That was a great way for him to stay alive there. I'd still take the timeout if I was Buffalo or do something because it's 5-0, guys. So what are we doing
I
here?
mean, they just can't stop Lumac. He's 10-2 right now.
Yeah, imagine getting gapped by a KO on the map of Corrode. I definitely think twice about what I'm doing. So, yeah, I really don't know. Buffalo's looking a little shaky, and I don't really know if they have an answer for Eastern at all. The mid's not working. We're going to see the chamber ult out of rats galore. I don't even know if Alex is going to be going to challenge this. I think they're going to respect the mid push and wait for any pushes, and that's exactly it looks like Eastern's doing. They're going to play slow and look for any pushes, but Alec is going to maybe challenge mid. The smoke comes out for the chamber.
The smoke comes down, and he gets down there and picks off Alexander and Redefy in a fell swoop there. It looks like they're only going to have 2 contending on B if the chamber doesn't come down here.
Yeah, and that's a really good job by the chamber to just play steady, play in front of the smoke, take advantage of having that ult, and now mid is pretty much cut off. And now our only potential to maybe make a play here is going to be Comfy. He's going to get the pick on the fade. That was a great job. Just missed that, but that was perfect. That was a good kill. And does he get the second
and
one?
He gets the second one.
Omen doesn't know what he's doing. I don't think we're playing the same game right now. Wow.
A is wide open right now, and the fade is just going to walk the spike onto site, and the chamber is just caught in an island there.
Yeah, I mean, Comfy just tearing apart this A side on the lurk.
He's going to have to contend through CT, but the Viper ult is going to prevent any of them from coming through easily.
Yeah, we're going to see a quick rotation out of Buffalo, but again, like you said, this isn't going to be anything good. They have the Yoru ult, but are they going to be able to follow up on this Yoru ult? Yoru's going to be looking for Viper. He finds the Viper, but I don't know if he's going to be able to do anything. Waylay guts the ult on the Viper. Comfy dies. Wolfenite gets one. Lumac gets another. We get the trades out. Bumpkin's looking for a pick. He misses. Oh, he doesn't miss the nade, and he gets the kill. Lumac with another clutch. It is 6-0 to Eastern, and I think we're going to go to a 13-0 because this is looking terrible out of the side of Buffalo.
It's 6-0 for Eastern Michigan. It looks like they are going to call their first timeout.
God bless.
Look at Lumac, 12-2-2.
Yeah, I'd definitely check his PC if I was Buffalo. I mean, that's definitely what I'd be worried about because this is bad.
It's really just exemplary. Lumac can just step into any role that can just try and get in and just pierce the enemy's defense and just thrive. He doesn't need to play duelist. He can play initiator if he wants. Just asserting his presence every single round. Let's talk about Alexander. Just being able to get that vital information for his team. Comfy being able to just finish up rounds.
Yeah, Comfy is honestly has won Eastern the last 2 to 3 rounds with his lurk on A side. It is so well done how he is lurking and catching these guys on A with their pants down. I mean, Omen, I really don't know what Omen's looking for there on that last round. Pandora is 1-6 for a reason because they're really just not really paying attention to where they can be and just swinging out onto the A side without checking. I mean, I really don't know what the A side is doing. And if I'm on the side of Buffalo, I'd really like to see maybe a swap out of A because I think the Omen is becoming useless on that side.
I think that, really, it's going to be a very tough hole to dig out of for Buffalo here because they're running on a full eco right now against running into a full buy. It's going to be super tough for them to crawl out of this.
Yeah, and we're going to see a Bucky out of the Waylay, but the Waylay's on the wrong side. They're pushing out B, and Eastern is just waiting here. This is going to be another play like round 2 with the eco, but they don't have 4 this time. They only have 1, and we're going to see Waylay with the old shorty in hand, but wow, Pandora makes use and finally gets another kill. Not 1-6 anymore, going to be 2-6. That's amazing. They get the kill on the way. They're going to be able to slow down Eastern's push, but Redefy says otherwise, and he's going to be able to get the pick on the chamber. It is still at 4v5. Wow, Lumac gets another one. Pandora's going to be able to get a trade, and this is looking interesting. 3v3, Pandora finally woke up. Redefy might be able to catch the Waylay here. Who knows? Oh, and the Bucky gets the kill. Wolfenite's going to get the plant down, and this is now a 2v3 on the eco for Buffalo.
They're going to have to play these longer angles, but Pandora's going to pick off Comfy here. It's all on Wolf Knight's shoulders now. He has to win the 2v1, and he gets one. Pandora finishes him off for a 4-kill, and they're going to notch their first round.
Wow.
Of this map.
I talked too much, I guess too early. Pandora wakes up, goes from 1-6 to I think 4-6, 5-6. That is a great job, great round. Way to hold up A. I think they woke up. Maybe that timeout was really needed, and a great bounce back by Buffalo.
I mean, just a statement round by Buffalo. We're not going to get thrown around just yet.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great job. Way to play, very patient. Those initial picks on the Waylay really helped out with that shorty. And now we're going to be able to see a better economy come out of the side of Buffalo with that op on Chamber.
They're going to be able to get a lot of guns out of this. We're going to see 6-7s out of the first 2 players on Buffalo's side. Lumac still top fragging. We'll see the Fade try and enter with the dog there, getting flashed. The Omen Smoke is going to cover for Buffalo here. Alexander is going to try to get that info. And he gets the Waylay there.
That was such a great play by Eastern. Great setup. Way to play so patient in that smoke. But I don't know if they know about the op on the Chamber. This is going to be really good. I love this pivot, but it's going to be 1v1 on Redefy. He gets 2. He gets the collat on the double smokes. Now Eastern's going to have to look for a B push here. They have no smokes, and it's a 3v4.
They're being really confident here, and it's costing them. Getting picked off at every angle. It's going to be a 1v4 here. Dire situation for Wolf Knight, but we've seen him come back from these. They're going to be on the fast rotate here. He's going to get 1.
And this is the Omen really good. And he gets the shutdown right there on Wolf Knight.
The Omen clutching 2 rounds in a row.
Yeah, this is... I think this timeout was actually really good for Buffalo. They're changing their pace. They're playing a lot more aggressive. And also, quite frankly, they're starting to hit their shots.
It's really just a game about adjusting to your opponent here. The Viper wall is gonna come down on A, but I think they're gonna run something similar to their fake play that first round.
Yeah, I think honestly, like this is a really good adaptation, like you said, from the side of Buffalo. But Eastern's being able to read this, and they know what they need to do. They know what they need to look for, and it's going to be an early push from the side of Buffalo. Do they clear Comfy? Are they aware? Comfy might be able to get 2. Alex gets 1. Yoru's aware, but he's not that aware. Comfy's going to get 1.
Gets 2.
He's going to be able to get 2. Bumpkin does not know what game he's playing. That was terrible by him. And now Eastern's going to get the site of A for free.
Once again, A site just completely free. The Fade is going to try and get someone mid. Wolf Knight's there. He's in the corner. He doesn't see him. And he's just going to be able to get across mid for free.
If I'm in Buffalo here, you need to save. I don't know if you go for this round. It's a 4v2. This is not a round that you go for. You need to save, but we might be playing with some low elo players. They might not understand what the concept of saving is, but really, I don't like going for this. This is pointless to go for. I don't know what they're doing.
They're going to have Wolf Knight on their flank here. Do they know? Pandora's going to get 1. Wolf Knight is going to get the trade there with the op. And it's just looking dire for Ikoku here, and he gets picked up by Lumac, and that finishes round 2 and 7 for Eastern.
I mean, we're getting some gold tactics out of Buffalo right there. That was terrible call. I don't know who told them to go for that round, but it's a 4v2, and you are not looking good on health and guns. I really don't know what the concept or the thought process was there behind Buffalo, but hey, it's 7-2 for a reason.
I mean, you want to talk about economy. It's both the money economy and the alt economy, where Eastern is just leading the way here. Alexander, 2 off his alt, Redefy 3 off, Comfy 5 off, but that's it.
Yeah.
Lumac has his alt, which is going to be really important on these pushes, just being able to deny enemy utility here.
And again, we're going to see this early pressure mid. Chambers been trying to hold this down for several rounds, but hasn't really gotten any contact because this smoke is so good, and they don't push up on it. Buffalo has no self-respect for themselves, and they're not pushing up on this smoke. Early in the rounds, they were pushing up on it. Now they're a little bit less confident because they've lost a couple rounds, and now Bumpkin's going to possibly be running into Alec. He might be able to get 2. Do they trade him? He gets 1. Wolf Knight gets the trade, but do they clear the Yoru on A main? This is going to be really big for Comfy. The ult comes from Omen. This is very interesting. I really like this play from Buffalo. And
doesn't
shut out Comfy.
We're going to have, like, Eastern is going to have to play really, really carefully here. They've got people that are going to look to close in from A. The person sitting in Link gets a pick off on Redefy. Is he going to get traded by Wolf Knight? He does. And Redefy, or Wolf Knight, is going to try and walk on site with all. Gets nobody with it.
And if you wanted 2 people alive in a 2v3, it is Wolf Knight and Lumac playing out of their minds right now. Do they get this clutch? Wolf Knight's going to run into the first one. He gets shut down by the chamber. Excuse me, but Lumac's looking for the flank. He's kind of aware, kind of not. Who knows? He's got a nade and a flash, but I think he's going to go straight to shooting because they cannot kill him right now, and he's going to be able to get some timing on this Omen. Who knows? This is going to be really close, but he doesn't get trade. Pandora stepping up again, and that's going to be, I think, round 3 for the side of Buffalo.
You know, it's been Pandora every single time getting those clutch kills for Buffalo. We're going to see how this plays out on attack in about 3 rounds here. But it's still looking pretty good for Eastern.
Yeah,
it's just they're getting caught out on islands here that they really just shouldn't be.
Yeah, I think 7 rounds already on the side of attack is really good. I think they're going to be really set up for defensive side. And when the way that Lumac and Wolf Knight are playing right now, they're just playing phenomenal, and this is looking really good for the side of Eastern. If they can get 2 or 1 more round, it's going to be really good for a defensive side, because then you're looking at a potential 8-4. Which you can't go wrong with. But again, Eastern's going to go with a heavy mid-presence into the A-Con, and they're going to get met with Pandora. Gets the shutdown on Lumac, but it's going to be able to get picked up. He's going to get the revive. Waylay might look for a flank here, but Redefy's prepared. He gets the kill on Bumpkin, and now they're going to be able to get the A site, but they're going to be running into 2. Chamber and Yoru are here. This is going to be very interesting. Do they chow back site? They do. Yoru gets 1. Lumac's going to get shut out. Chamber's going to get another one. Comfy's going to get the trade. And now Alec is also going to be looking. But on the side of mid, Fade is going to get a pick. Redefy, 2v2. Fade has ult. And we're going to see Wolf Knight push for it again right off rip. Excuse me, on the side of Buffalo.
The
Fade
flash.
ult.
The flash dot doesn't work. Alexander gets picked off. Comfy getting the pick on Fugaro and getting the pick on Ikoku for a 3K and winning the round.
And the single taps. This is crazy. I mean, look at the PJs. He's got to stand up for that. Like, that is insane. 1, 2, make it a nice little 2-piece combo. That is a really good side from Comfy. He's been playing phenomenal this game, been playing very well, and that was a great kill.
1, 2, buckle my shoe. Make sure it's nice and comfy getting that W.
Look at this replay. I mean, this is just steady aim. 1, 2. Wow. And he's got ult now. This is going to be really good for Eastern because that's potentially going to be ulting going into the last 2 rounds here.
Really, all they need to do is just get on site and be able to pop that up. We're gonna have a lot of contact on site. Alexander getting the pick on the Waylay. Comfy getting, wow, just a feat of 6 kills. Eastern getting 4 of them.
And Redefy with the ult, it's going to look perfect. He's going to be able to catch them all.
Wow.
And now we're going to get a 9-3 half. They didn't even need to use the Viper ult.
They're calling it the fastest round ever.
Yeah, that might be. We might need to get a time check. So many deaths, so fast. Eastern playing so patient. I mean, they understand the type of pacing that Buffalo is trying to play at, and they just say no and shut them out. And now we're going to move into a defensive half. That was great job by Eastern to really play so patient on that and let Buffalo come to them, being able to pick them off, not even having to use their ults. I mean, what a great round. And now we're going to be flipping over to the side of defense, and this is going to be interesting. There's going to be a complete tempo change now. Will Buffalo play to that same speed that they were playing on defense or not? I feel like a lot of teams, they tend to play sometimes very aggressive on defensive side, but then they go on the attack side and they play the opposite. They play super slow on attack. So I'm going to be really interested to see what Buffalo goes here with their tempo.
They're going to go with a very fast push up mid. Bumpkin is going to get hit by that Waylay util, but she's gonna retreat back into A. Redefy sitting there waiting for the push up link.
Yeah, and this is a really good play. I like this. The freeze coming out of Buffalo is different. Eastern was not doing this at all, but this is a really good play from Buffalo. Being able to take that mid-pressure and then freeze. They have to take their time, but also not take too much time because Eastern's going to start pushing these flanks and these exteriors, and if they're not prepared, they're going to get flanked. Omen's already pushing out of A, and Fade, Wolf Knight's going to be able to read this. Lumac's going to be able to see them on mid-con, and it looks like it's going to be a mid to B.
It looks like it's going to be a 3v3 heading onto B here. Bumpkin gets 1, Fukuro gets 2. Lumac and Wolf Knight down. That's their 2 heavy hitters. Looks like they're going to have to play a really difficult retake, 3v5.
And Alec is going to
3v4.
be able to catch the Omen on the mid push. Comfy's going to get picked off, and now it's a 2v4. Honestly, it's a pistol round. You're going to want to go for this. You have the Omen on the flank. I think you kind of wait for this, but Buffalo is not waiting. They are pushing CT. They're going to get heaven. This is going to be a tough round win from Eastern if they can. They're going to have to get some early picks. Can Alec with the Waylay make a play here? The blind comes out. He gets one. Does he get two?
Amazing play. 2 blinds there. Alexander is going to get one off it. They're
Gets
both
another
tapped.
one.
Redefy gets one.
They have time. They get a third. Redefy's going to get two there.
It's just
and
a
now it's going to be
1v1.
1v1.
One head tap, and he doesn't get it. Ikoku seals the round for Buffalo.
And wow, I mean, what a scrappy 2v4 there. And the guys from Alec and Redefy almost being able to pull that off. And we're going to get a first pistol round win from the side of Buffalo. 4-9. We've got a game. I kind of like this. This is really good for the side of Buffalo. If you're a fan of Buffalo, starting off on the first, getting that pistol round win there, that's really big. It's going to set the tempo for this defensive half.
For Buffalo, this is really just all about reclaiming that momentum. The pistol round, best round to do it on. Just getting those alt orbs up, getting that money up, and we're going to see a much heavier buy out of Buffalo.
Yeah, I mean, they should really be setting the tempo here, but Eastern's not going to give up. Setting the smoke and putting the chokehold on A. I expect a big clear. Chamber's going to get a pick. Alex is going to get one. They have a lot here, but it doesn't matter. And Buffalo going to get the trades. But Redefy on the choke point. He misses a couple right clicks, gets one, and he's going to get the trade. This should be a free sight and a round win out of the side of Buffalo. Can Comfy make something out of this?
For Comfy, it's never over. We've seen him come back from worse. Let's see what he does. Creeping up Link here. It looks like the 2 on A are going to look towards CT. They don't see anything, but they're going to hold that cross. The Chamber's going to try to creep up through A main. Let's see what Comfy does.
And if you're Comfy here, you're looking for a mistake out of the side of Buffalo. Play slow. You know you're not going to necessarily win this round, so really you're just going to be wanting to look for possibly a gun or to make some damage when they get out.
I think he's just going to try to play for picks here. He's not really looking to defuse. I think
Yeah,
he's
this
gonna
is
try
really
to,
big.
He's going to try to catch that Chamber out of main or anyone really coming across. But I don't think he's going to get anyone here.
And Buffalo playing very smart, not going to give any kills, not make no mistakes, and this should just be a nice round win. Going 5 to the side of Buffalo, they're starting to play to their potential. I really like this pacing out of Buffalo.
I don't think he meant to die there.
Yeah, I think it's not the end of the world, though, that if you die. I know the Sheriff, you miss out on the saving that Sheriff, but I think it's okay that he died. It's not the end of the world. No ult orbs on the side of Buffalo for that, so not bad. But yeah, I think you are right. I think you wanted to save that Sheriff.
Yeah, because you have that little space that you can sit in on Link and possibly not get killed. But honestly, we're just looking for a little bit of a economic comeback from Eastern here. They're still up in round score, but we're going to see sort of a mid push here.
Yeah, aggressive play out of Buffalo. Again, making this mid pressure that they did in round 1 and then freezing. But I think Eastern's going to be prepared for this. We're already going to see a push out of Comfy. They're going to get he's going to get the pick on the Chamber. That was a great job by Comfy to get that pick. And now the exteriors are closed in. Buffalo has to rethink. Do they go A? Do they go B? They know that they're not B anymore, so we're going to see Buffalo start transitioning towards A. This is really big out of Alex to hold this mid, though. Bumpkin versus Alex. And then we have the side of Redefy. Going to be running into 3 here. Who gets the first initiation pick? I don't know. This is going to be really, really close. Alex is going to back up off onto A site. Bumpkin's going to be able to push into mid. The blind comes out of the Omen, and now it's going to be a 2v4 on the side of A.
Redefy was anticipating the push through main, smoked it off twice, but it looks like they're just going to retreat back into CT. Just let them take this site space. Fukuro getting the first pick on Alexander. Redefy trading. Comfy getting another 2, and so it's a 2v1. It's just the Waylay left on A. Both EMU players are going to creep up through CT. Bumpkin having no idea.
This is going to be really big for Bumpkin. If he gets one pick early, he gets his ult. They have to be careful on the side of Eastern to not give the ult or the pick off early. They have to be able to trade here. This is going to be really big. They get the jump spot. They're going to get the C's. The Odin comes out, and Lumac's going to be able to get the kill. Great job, Wolfenite, Lumac. That is not 2 players you want to be playing alone.
I mean, just the double peek from the 2 most deadly players on EMU. I don't think anybody's winning that situation.
Never. Never in a shot. shot. They're not going to, and that's going to be a great job. 10-5 out of Eastern. This is looking really good. What a bounce back off the 2 rounds that Buffalo was able to take away. I really like that out of Eastern to really change the tempo, being willing to give them a site and play the retake. Some good shots out of Buffalo, but Comfy's going to be able to get 2 with a Spectre.
I mean, Eastern Michigan is looking a little better on the economy front, but they're still going to be on sort of like a half buy here. A lot of them being forced to buy light armor here.
And I think we want to be careful out of Bunkin here. He has his ult, and he has a Bucky. He's going to probably be looking to play really aggressive, but the knife from KO is going to be able to slow this down, but be prepared for Bucky Central. This gun is broken. It doesn't make any sense. It's cheap, and it's on the hands of Waylay with an ult. Be very, very careful here, Eastern.
Comfy is going to have to be careful. We're going to see the Chamber just kind of holding an angle on mid here because Eastern Michigan was just able to take up all that space. I don't think he's aware of the Omen sitting behind him. Of course, he's going to have to work around that trip there. He's going to smoke off B in anticipation.
And that's going to be a pick on to the Waylay mid. Alec just pushing up a little bit too much there, not playing enough patience, and Chamber's going to be able to damage him. This should be a site take on B, and they should be able to get bombed down for free here. But Eastern has other plans. They're pushing mid. Wolf Knight and Lumac together. Comfy's on the backside of CT, and Neuro's aware he's going to hit for the flash, but it's going to be no picks. The blind from Omen's going to come in, and Comfy's going to be able to get 2, and we're going to get the push from mid, and now Lumac is going to be looking for 1. He gets the shorty kill. Comfy's going to be looking for possibly another one. Lumac gets 2, and now it's going to be a 3v1. Chamber's got nothing to do, and he's going to get picked off. Around another win for Eastern.
That's Lumac's 2nd kill with the utility there. Just like utilizing all parts of his character just
the
amazingly.
The pacing of that round was really good. Eastern's being able to respect now. They're understanding that, hey, this team is really doing a good job out of getting the site. And what a nasty flicks on from Comfy there. But they're understanding that, hey, Buffalo's being able to take these sites really well. Let's just retake, let them take the site and retake S5. And they do an exceptional job this round of retaking, playing that pinch from mid and from CT. Comfy, a player like that, getting 2 kills was just phenomenal out there. And it's going to cause the side of Buffalo to be on another timeout.
On their 2nd timeout of this game, I mean, really, Lumac just walking stuff down, getting a shorty kill and a utility kill in the same round. Just exceptional play out of him. Comfy securing the other 2 kills of that round. Both just being absolute game changers for this EMU team this year. Alexander playing into his role well. Redefy just leading the charge in his pajamas.
Yeah. I mean, the IGL is doing an exceptional job. I love the patience. I honestly would like to see a little bit more patience on the mid player, on the mid position. Understand that this Chamber is going to be playing super slow. And Chamber, he's baiting. He's a rat. His name's Rats Galore for a reason because he baits his team. There's a reason why he's a top frag. He's not really doing anything for his team besides getting a pick here and there. So if this guy's going to play like that, then just be understanding of not giving him these picks because it's going to feed his ego and he's going to think he's a good player when really he's not.
Yeah, basically my strategy here would just to be run him down every single round, just try and get him off the board. So I mean, I kind of feel bad for the other team because they just keep getting baited by this Chamber every single time.
Yeah, I mean, this is a typical ranked player attitude, just baiting your team and trying to stat pad, which is fine, but you're playing against Eastern Michigan, and that's not going to really win you any rounds, and it hasn't. It's 11-5 for a reason. I really don't understand the Chamber pick out of Buffalo, but hey, you try some things, you win some, you lose some, and tonight's not really looking good for Corrode for them because they're just not being able to find a way to really get into these maps. And again, we're just going to see a mid pressure again. But I think Yoru's going to get caught out, and Wolfenite's going to be doing such a good job of being able to catch him out. But Buffalo has other plans to go A. They're going to get contacted by Comfy. This is going to be really big. He's going to be able to see. Now we're going to be able to see. He's going to be able to get to the delay from the Viper. Going to get Alex, going to be able to get 1. The Waylay ult. Alec is repaired, and he's just going to run into them. Wow, Bumpkin's going to be able to get the upgrade to the Vandal. And now Wolfenite going to be able to get 3 and a 4th with the Odin.
Brock, is that you? A 4K with the Odin.
Wow. I mean, exceptional round out of Eastern to get onto match point. You really have to start thinking on the side of Buffalo about Haven, your map pick, because this map is pretty much over. And I would honestly report Chamber and never let him play that agent again because he was quite literally useless. It does not matter if you're top frag, if you're baiting your whole team, and he's done exactly that. So definitely going to have to go back to the drawing board for Buffalo on this map, or just ban it.
I think Wolfenite's making a great case to be the second MVP here.
Oh,
you know,
for
the two-time. Bumpkin is going to try to push in, gets picked up by Redefy there. It looks like we're going to have a full push onto A main, but EMU is going to read it, and they're going to bring people over.
And this is a really big hold from Omen, or from Redefy here. Just being able to hold this, play patient. You've got 4 here, you've got 5. They know he's there. We might get an aggressive push here from the Yoru. He's going to look to TP, but Alec is here to prepare. Alec's going to get 1. He ulted 3. Does he get any more? He's going to get 2 now off the spray with the Vandal, and he's not pushing. He's pushing for more with the Shorty, but he's going to get the shutdown from the Baiter out of Chamber, and now we have a 2v4. Wolfenite is going to be able to get 1, and this should be a map win for the side of Eastern. Omen's got nothing to do. He's scared. He's running away, and really, Eastern taking the first map 13-5.
Me personally, I wouldn't be swinging out into an Odin, but that's just me. The map win out of Eastern, just really showing their dominance here. I mean, Buffalo had a bit of momentum there, you know, kind of building up, and then they just get toppled down by this wrecking ball in this just like 1, 2, 3 punch out of Comfy, Wolfenite, and Lumac. I mean, wow. 18-10-6, 18-10-3, 18-8-8.
Yeah, I mean, this is a phenomenal job out of Eastern. I understand why this is their map pick. They did such a good job on breaking this map. And, you know, in the world of boxing, a great boxer is able to adapt during the fight, take it to 12 rounds, being able to adapt to the fight, being able to understand the next boxer in front of them, and being able to pretty much change their pacing, change their footprint, and change how they're throwing their punches, throwing some feints, throwing some jabs, and that's exactly what Eastern did. This was a phenomenal job. They really played at such a good level, and the foundation that they were able to put, throwing these feints, throwing these jabs, being able to push out on these exteriors, it really makes the side of Buffalo like question what they should push. And Eastern does such a great job of that. They're really making you question. And then on top of that, they are one of the most adaptable teams and in the ESC right now. They're able to adapt so fast to the side of Buffalo. I mean, Buffalo wins 2 rounds off of the attack side, right? They win their pistol round, they win their bonus round, and then the 3rd round, Eastern gets a bye, and they shut them out, obviously. But then they win another round and another round. Their adaptability is so good. They do such a good job of changing the pace, changing the tempo. And when you got players like Wolfenite, Lumac, Comfy on your team, it makes it super easy to do that.
I mean, really, out of Eastern here, you really saw them snowballing off those wins. And really, when they got kicked down by Buffalo, they got right back up and just started doing what they did best, just grinding them down, you know? Wolfenite being able to get those picks with the Odin, just insane plays out of this guy. Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing him on the MVP podium there.
Yeah, I think they did a really good job, and that was a great performance out of Eastern on the first map. And now we've got Haven coming up. Haven was a little bit of a long match the other night.
Mm-hmm.
We were brought from Ball State to go into OT. It was a great match out of Ball State to really make it a fight. But at the end, Eastern was able to take the round win in overtime. And we're going to see another Haven tonight. So it's going to be really, really good. And I think the boys are prepared. I would like to see the similar comp that we would see, but who knows? I mean, tonight we got Lumac on the KO, and it was phenomenal. So maybe they switch up the comp if they're feeling confident and the guys are feeling a little bit goofy. We'll see how it goes. But I think, yeah, it's going to be an interesting round, a map too.
I think we're going to see some really solid gameplay out of Eastern, and since it's Buffalo's map pick, I think I'll extend them in hand too and say they'll do pretty good too. But yeah, we're really not here for them.
Yeah,
we're here for Eastern Michigan Esports.
Yep,
and this is just as good as it gets.
It is. It is. And so we will be back in the next map.
And we are back with the agent select on Haven. It looks like we're gonna see sort of a similar team comp, except Lumac and Alexander swapping again.
Yep.
Honestly, like I think they're just having fun out there, which I love to see. Buffalo picking looks like sort of a similar team comp. Looks like that Chamber is gonna stick to his baiting roots.
Yeah.
You know.
I think it's Alec has always been in a kind of more on that duelist position, and so it's kind of cool to see that Eastern's playing to this level of how flexible these guys can really be. I mean, when you're playing with this type of caliber of players, you can swap Alec and Lumac on any of the agents kind of together, and they're able to play. So they're doing exactly that. Eastern's understanding that, hey, Lumac can play the duelist, but hey, we've got a guy, Alec, that can also play the duelist. He plays the Waylay, he plays the Yoru this game. It's going to be really interesting to see. The Yoru was a little bit of a tougher pick for Eastern last week. Lumac kind of struggled on the Yoru. He did a good job. He was able to get some round wins, but he was struggling a little bit. So hopefully to see that the boys can do a little bit better. But we're going to be jumping into Game 2 right away on the side of Eastern versus Buffalo. This is going to be a really good map. If you're just tuning in, it's 1-0 to the side of Eastern. Eastern won on the map side on their map pick of Corrode, and now we are on Buffalo's pick of Haven.
It looks like Buffalo is looking to be really aggressive this game, playing that attack side. It looks like Eastern Michigan is going to stack B, anticipating for this push. And Comfy is going to get one right off rip. Bumpkin and Fukuro trading back with two. Alexander and Comfy going down.
And some early picks out of Buffalo. I mean, I love the aggressiveness out of the Neon. That was a great job to, like, fight B early, and it looked like it worked for the side of Buffalo, but Eastern is going to get into a good angle. They're gonna, for sure, they clear Wolf and Knight here.
I mean,
never mind.
He anticipates
Wolf and Knight
it and gets two.
And he might get a third. Viper's gonna hit the, gonna get the stun out, and now he's gonna get traded out. And wow, what a great picks! But they're gonna see Lumac. Lumac is gonna be able to read that they might go C here.
I mean, we're gonna see a 2v2 situation out of here, but Lumac is gonna be the only one left on an island on C. He's gonna have to contend with that Chamber and the Viper. Let's see what he does here as they approach onto site.
Gets the jump spots, gonna be able to see one. He's gonna play the retake. I don't mind this. He's gonna be able to back up. He's got Redefy for the help. We're gonna get a smoke onto the site, but I think they're gonna run to each other on Garage. The blind hits no one. And Redefy is gonna get cleared out. Wow, the blind getting no one on the side of bench. It's gonna go to round one, is gonna go to the side of Buffalo.
We're definitely going to see some adjustments out of the EMU team. I think that first read with that B push was really good. Wolf Knight's picks here being crucial, but not being able to close out the round. It's kind of making me iffy here. Let's see how they change it up here and try to get back in the swing of things, win some rounds.
Yeah, I think this is going to be really interesting, but I like the pacing. I like the ideas out of Eastern. It was a good try, and we're going to see now Buffalo going to their mid push again with a full buy coming out of them. Your Neon's going to be able to have a Phantom here, and it looks like it's going to be a standard B push, getting Redefy off the map, gonna push him, gets the pick. Neon playing super aggressive here. Alec on the A push, but nothing's there. Comfy, the Viper's going to be able to hold the flank, and it's going to be a B plant for the side of Buffalo, and now a 4v5 retake.
I mean, Buffalo is just going to play really aggressive down to the buy they picked. I mean, Ikoku and Fukuro having full buys.
Yep.
On the second round, and Eastern Michigan is just going to be caught on an eco here. They're not going to get any picks off rip. Comfy working with what looks like the Bucky. I'm not sure about that skin.
Yeah, this is really...
No, the Marshall.
This is really good from Buffalo. I mean, that was a great pace to push B that fast and to get the clearance on. I can understand why this is Buffalo's map pick. They're looking really good with that aggressive pacing.
They're all going to die to the spike here. Just deny those alt points and get that extra money from dying. Let's see how EMU does on the full buy here. Assuming they're going to be on a full buy here with that extra eco, Wolfenite gonna return back to the Odin.
He knows what's up. He understands how great that gun is. I mean, Haven does tend to be a paper map. Everything is made out of paper, and you can pretty much shoot through everything on this map. So it's going to be really good to see that. But I want to see Eastern potentially understand this pacing. Buffalo's coming with a lot of different weapons here. They're showing off a lot of stuff on the attack side, and Eastern needs to adapt to this playstyle because now we're going to see a lot of aggressiveness from C. Comfy's going to be stuck, but he doesn't get spammed out. He's going to be able to get out, and this should, I think Eastern's just going to give up sight. Rats galore are going to get another pick onto A, Sewers, but Alex going to get the trade on the TP. Comfy's going to get caught out, and now we have a 3v4, and Buffalo playing phenomenal on this attack side.
I mean, you can see why it was their map pick. They are just completely playing like they own the map. Rats galore gonna try and creep up behind here, try and catch at least one of them. But it looks like he's gonna rotate back through garage. We had some contact there for a second. Rats galore finally peeking through doors there. Alexander being there to kind of catch him there, and he's not gonna re-peek. Not for a little bit.
Yeah, and this is a really good job out of Eastern, but or a really good job out of Buffalo, excuse me. And I don't think Eastern's going to go for this. I think Eastern might go for the save to get these picks, but never mind. Alex is going to get one. Lumac's going to get two. The Chamber's going to be looking for Garage. It's not going to get anything. Sova's left on site on a 1v3. Alex is going to get one, and they get the third. They get the fourth, and it's going to be a defuse. Eastern with a round win that I did not think was going to happen. Wow, did they make that look good.
Who could have seen the jump shot out of Wolfenite there? I mean, really, just put the Odin in the hands of Wolfenite, and he's just gonna shine there. I mean, what else can you do?
That was a great round win from Eastern. I thought we were gonna potentially save that round. We weren't getting any picks, and then Yoru just says otherwise, drops down, gets a pick. Wolfenite's gonna get a pick with the Odin, and then they're just gonna be able to catch the other two in garage and on site and make it look so easy. What a great round win out of Eastern, and Buffalo already changing the pace and looking like they're gonna force stack A.
Buffalo is still going to be working on that advantaged eco there, but Eastern Michigan is going to have the guns to fight back. It looks like they're going to push up through A sewers here. Lumac trying to get like this position on Fukuro here.
He should get first contact here. Lumac should get first contact, but we still have two guys pushing out of C. The aggressiveness out of Eastern right now is so good. Even if they push A, they have two guys on the flank, and Chamber might get caught off guard. And he gets the pick. He doesn't realize that his flank turret got smoked off, and they were able to smoke off the trip, and now they're able to get the flank. This is going to be sandwiched by Eastern. Buffalo has nowhere to go but the side of A.
Buffalo is going to be able to get on site here, but they've got people coming in from all directions. It looks like they're not going to get any picks off rip. Lumac getting one on Bumpkin, getting a second on Fukuro there, and there's just nobody on site that can contend with this Eastern Michigan team. Comfy and Wolfenite finishing out the round.
I mean, what a great job for Eastern to smoke the trip on C long. Yoru and Redefy, or Yoru and Omen to work together, get that flank, pick out this Rats guy because he's terrible at the game, kill him, and then be able to sandwich the team. It was such a great job, and I think we've got a tactical timeout out of Buffalo after only 4 rounds.
After 4 rounds, this is sort of what we saw about out of that Ball State team. Let's see. Well, they're not really abusing tech timeouts here, so let's not pretend they're the same thing.
Yes, yes. And checking out these replays, we're able to see just great plays from both teams here. Just nice little shots here from Buffalo side and from the side of Eastern. And just a great round 2 here we can see from Buffalo with this pace. And I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to that pacing. But look at this out of Wolfenite. Just a jump shot with the Odin. That gun's a little bit broken. And now we're 2-2. I really am interested to see what Buffalo does with their pacing if they go back to that aggressive mid B push. If I'm Eastern, I'm going to be looking out for that B push because it worked so well in the first 2 rounds, and I wouldn't be surprised if the side of Buffalo goes back to it.
I mean, really, Lumac, just being able to get those kills there. I mean, if you combine just the lockdown potential of the Sentinel and his aim, he can really just own a site the entire game. We saw that on A. And he didn't let anybody in his watch. And it looks like we're going to have 2 setting up C and just nobody on B. And they're going to be pushing up into nothing.
Yeah, I mean, you make a great point. They're pushing the B push. They call the timeout, and they go back to what worked in round 2. Alex is going to get the pick on the flank, but it doesn't matter. Buffalo is already on B side, but this is not too good. They're gonna get crunched. Eastern has some ults. Yoru's gonna be able to not see. He doesn't see the smoke, but it doesn't matter. Wolfenite gets the clear. He's gonna get one. He gets two with the spam. He's looking for a third. He's gonna get the dart out. Alec is gonna get the pick. He's gonna fight out, and now Chamber left alive again. The rat is alive, but he gets killed. The Exterminator's here. Eastern with another round win. That's 3 in a row.
I mean, Alexander just fitting into that duelist role, getting a 3K there. You know, Wolfenite, I cannot sing higher praises about this Valorant player. Just being able to pick up that Odin and just be like prime Brock on the field right now. Yeah, and it looks like the paparazzi's here out of Zach Lewis, just trying to get some B-roll while the guys are playing an intense game. I mean, great timing out of Zach Lewis to really just be there and see what the guys are doing. He's really trying to just be in their face. I mean, look at that. Just, yeah, it doesn't matter that the player's playing in a match. I need my B-roll. I mean, really, like, are we gonna investigate him for being a double agent here? I don't know. That might be a little bit troll out of Zach Lewis right there. Getting in our player's way, but like, let's move on. It looks like we're gonna see that B push yet again, but I think they're gonna sway a little towards Garage here with that Chamber. And Buffalo Eastern is adapting to this B push. They're putting a little bit of respect, putting a couple more bodies on the B push to start the round, and then maybe phase them out. Lumac still being able to hold C, and Chamber's gonna just always play like a rat. But again, Buffalo doesn't care. It looks like they might go B again. Never mind, they might fake it with the neon wall, and now we might see a push onto Garage. No one's here from the side of Eastern. This might be a great read out of Buffalo, but there's still utility. I don't know what those stuns are out of Neon, and he gets the pick. It doesn't matter. Comfy's going to get the trade. Lumac's dead, though. No utility on C, and then we're going to see a plant for long on the side of Buffalo. Redefy is going to wallbang him, but really, it's just going to be them playing really carefully here. And we're going to see a fast retake out of the side of Eastern. They're not going to try and let them get any comfortability here. And Alec is going to get, or Comfy is going to be able to get picked off. And the smoke coming outside of the side of Buffalo. But I don't know if, is Alec going to read this to stack up? I don't know if Buffalo is prepared. And he gets one. He doesn't get the second. Comfy, Wolfenite's going to look for the trade. And Koku gets the third. Wow. What a great collab. Really, Ikoku being the star of the show there, being able to get that first pick on Lumac coming out of C, and then just closing out the round. And Wolfenite trying his best. A very sad whiffage from Alec. I mean, you hate to see that. He gets the one. They're both flashed, and he isn't able to get the second. I mean, look at this. This could have been the round win right here, getting the one. And he's full flashed, and he whiffed. Oh, that sucks, man. I mean, but Wolfenite with the trade, but then Ikoku just waiting, lining up those shots, getting a nice crispy 2K. And that's going to be the round win. We're all tied up here. Eastern versus Buffalo. I mean, really, I'm just glad this isn't VCT because that would be going in a top 10 whiffs of all time compilation. Yeah, that might have been pretty bad, but Comfy gonna get picked off early. Ikoku getting the first pick on Comfy there. Alexander with the op. He's gonna try and prevent this. He gets one out of Bumpkin. Ooh, he almost lined up. That could have been really bad for the side of Buffalo, but Lumac with the wall bang. That was phenomenal, but do they read the... Lumac gets a second, but they're running into an ult here. No Yoru ult. They have to look for this Viper. This is a big round out of Eastern. This could be bad. They get the blind. They get the flash. Alec gets one. He might get two. Does he get the kill? They get the trade, and Wolfenite gets another one. That's a round win for 4-3 on the side of Eastern. We've got a game here, ladies and gentlemen. Can somebody check Lumac's PC? That wall bang through the box. Yeah, that's a vac moment right there. Look at this replay. Alec is going to be able to get one. He almost gets two here with the collapse, but he doesn't. I think he was able to make one weak, but Lumac says otherwise with the vac, shoot you through with one tap headshot, and then gets the pick as well. And then Alec with the flash here. This is phenomenal. That guy's not even flashed. I only think the Viper got flashed there. Just an insane play out of Alec and Wolfenite that round, and Lumac. We're going to see Buffalo sort of trending. They really like these B pushes. For me, B is never your first option on this map because there's so many things that can go wrong with holding that, as well as like going through Garage. You can really just like be in a tough situation with one person just sitting up there in window, like we do with Lumac up here. He's gonna get spotted by that drone, and he's gonna get picked up by Fukuro with the Sheriff.
That is a phenomenal pick out of the side of Buffalo. And Alec is left on site. He's going to TP out with the op. And we're going to see Rats Galore being completely useless with his chamber op on the other side of the map. Because, again, this guy, all he does is bait. And look, having no use with the op, but it doesn't matter. The rest of his team is actually playing together. And they're going to go see site. And they're going to run into Comfy. Comfy gets one, but he should be getting traded here. Ikoku's going to get the other one. And Alec with the op, 2 flashes and a clone. Does he get the push? Wolfenite has him on the garage, but he has to be careful. Chamber on the flank in garage. Does he get the read?
No.
Alec gets 1 kill. Wolfenite getting flanked. Alec with the ult for Goku's gonna get 1. Wolfenite gets 2, and the chamber, the master baiter, having no use at all. He gets 1. Does he finish the round?
Wow.
And Alec, and if I have Chamber on my team, I'm reporting him. He ulted early in this round, got no kills with his Chamber ult, flanks at the end of the round, gets 1 because he baited so hard, and still gets cleared out. They are just punishing them.
Really, just a perfect name for that chamber. I couldn't have put it any better myself. Really, it's a fitting end being finished off by the shorty there.
Yeah, I mean, when you're playing against a team like Buffalo and you realize that they have a weakness in the side of their chamber, you can really play to that. And Eastern's doing such a great job because they're able to rotate fast. They're able to not really worry about him because they know that all he's going to do is try and get kills and play for his KDA.
All right, we're going to see a little bit of an A push here. They're going to go through main. Alexander is just going to peek past that Viper wall and get a pick on Ikoku there. They're going to have 2 stacked up, Wolfenite and Lumac. Wolfenite with the Odin, probably looking to spray through that box if they come through. I feel like they kind of anticipate it, so they're going to sit back for a bit.
Yeah,
Chambers
and
gonna
talk
watch
about
their
this
back.
Yoru. I mean, Yoru is doing a phenomenal job on this op right now. Alec is very comfortable, and I think Eastern is making a great job of flexing Alec on this Yoru pick. He is looking phenomenal with this op right now.
I mean, Pandora's going to be down there. She's going to hear all about Alex kind of just getting over there. The Sova is going to find him. Lumac getting the pick with some help from Wolfenite there. Wolfenite getting another for them. Does he anticipate them? Lumac anticipates. Wolfenite gets the last one after Lumac gets traded.
That is an insane hold by Eastern. What a great job out of Wolfenite and Lumac. Yoru's going to miss the op shot there, and Viper's going to be able to pick him off. But still, that was just a great hold by Lumac. And look at this early pick out of the Yoru, just setting the tone. I mean, he's everywhere around the map. He can TP, and then when you've got guys to back you up like Wolfenite and Lumac here with the 1-2, I mean, it's a great job. What a great hold out of the side of Eastern.
I mean, really, just stacking that high-low there, just having Wolfenite crouch down there with the Odin, and then just having Lumac there with the great aim, backing him up. Let's see what the chamber does here. He sees the gun, and Alexander's going to get a pick there.
I mean, this is a phenomenal job out of Alec right now. He is just doing such a good job of moving around the map. He goes C, then A, then B. I really don't know where he's going to end up next round, but he's doing another job, and he gets another pick. Alec just finding the rhythm on this op. Wow.
I mean, Alexander is just going to hold C nearly by himself. The Sova is going to go back there to take his place while he rotates around to A just to get a better position. He doesn't know they're going to be rotating around sort of that garage direction. They're going to have Redefy there. Alexander is there on B, looking down mid doors.
And this is just such a great job out of the side of Eastern, setting the tone. They're not letting them walk around anywhere. This is insane. Yoru, if I'm Yoru right now, he can just set wherever he wants, and it doesn't matter, but they're going to run into Wolfenite on the 1v2 on the C site. He's got the Odin. Does he get the 2? He's going to look for 1. He gets 1. He's going to spray. Doesn't get the second one. Omen's going to get the pick, and now it's a 4v1. Can Bumpkin do anything? I don't think so. He's 3-8 for a reason.
He's going to be running into a 1v4 here, and Alexander is just going to run him down with a shorty.
I mean, Alec is just messing with them. This is Yoru's map right now. Alexander is doing such a great job with this op and this Yoru. He's TPing around the map. He's able to support all 3 sites right now. This is a phenomenal play out of Yoru right now. He's playing phenomenal. He gets the early pick, then he gets a second pick. Wolfenite gets 1 here on the garage to delay the team, and then able to rotate over. Then Yoru with the shorty just BMing them right there. And man, the 3K out of Yoru. Alexander is playing phenomenal. He is 16-6.
I mean, really, he could be anywhere on the map at any moment. This Buffalo team just can't anticipate where he is.
They have no answer for this op here.
He's going to be A-long here, and it looks like they're going to stack there. Never mind, they're gonna be on the other side, looking towards B, like they have the rest of the game. The Viper's gonna come across, doesn't see it.
Timing, this is such a good
Saw
job.
the gun.
But
Saw
is
the gun.
he gonna push?
He's gonna get one.
Wow, that is not the smartest play I've ever seen in my life. That was not very smart. I don't know why he did that, but he did it anyway. It's bad. Neon gets picked. Vitafy gets 3. Wow, and Lumac gets the 4th. Man, I don't know what team we're playing against, but it's not Buffalo Esports.
This is probably not a very professional program, in my opinion. Just getting kind of walked around by this EMU team. Alexander just being able to play anywhere, get picks. Redefy asserting his presence with that 3K, and Lumac just being able to close out these rounds.
Yeah,
just
if I'm comfy here, I'm going to bed. I can just take a nap. I mean, Comfy doesn't have to do anything this side. I mean, he's been able to chill. He's going to hit his shots, but he can just go to bed right now. His team can do the work for him and Redefy.
I mean, if I'm Comfy, I'm just going to set my wall and then take a nap.
Yeah.
Like, Comfy is just going to get a kill anyways because he's that guy, and Comfy is going to get another one, and he knows there's just going to be a third there, and going to try to predict him. Doesn't get it though. They're gonna be rotating back around to their spawn, and Comfy is just gonna push up because he's that guy.
And this is just a great job. I think Eastern just playing with them now. This is just a straight aggressive play. There's no need to do this, but Comfy does not care. He's walking you down with an op as Viper. You don't hear about this. This is stuff that you do in ranked when you're playing on a Smurf account. This is really bad BM here, but I think Buffalo's going to be able to find an angle. Somehow they're able to sneak past the Comfy, and they're going to be able to get into Garage. Lumac's the only one left here. The turret's going to be able to see them, though, and it should be a 1v3 on this C site. I think Lumac might fight them, but who knows? It looks like they're going up Garage and maybe into a B push here, but they're going to have to run into Lumac first, and the Yoru is here.
Comfy sort of misread that, not really following them through that garage push. Looks like they are gonna try and get on C. They're gonna smoke off that little cubby there, and Omen is just gonna waste his blind really.
Comfy has the op on long. We get the KJ ult, Yoru ult, 2 ults spent out of Eastern here. We're going to know this is going to be they're going to have to push Garage here. And Lumac's prepared. He gets one. Alec gets the second one. We get another ult out of Eastern on the last round, and that's going to be a round win by EMU. And Comfy gets the knife, the 3K out of Comfy. What a great half out of Eastern. And they're going into attack side.
You know, just disgusting play out of this EMU team. They're rife with jubilation, just celebrating this good half. 9-3. Are we looking at a curse?
No. Never the 9-3 curse with these guys. They're looking phenomenal, and they're going to go into this attack side with straight confidence.
Not out of this team. I think they are just going to handle this professionally. We're not going to see any bad manners out of this EMU team, like running people down with shorties or knifing them. Really, Alexander is just going to lead the way. 18-7, just stepping into that role, taking the lead, and wow.
Yeah, and I also want to make a focal point on Wolfenite, another phenomenal game he is having as well. But we're going to see an early push out of Eastern on the mid push, kind of copying what Eastern or what Buffalo did, but also kind of playing to their narrative of what they did last week against Ball State, playing this slow default, trying to figure out where the util is, and it looks like Alec is going to get first contact on the alley. Wow,
through the wall.
We might have to get back. I don't even know if he saw him. That is insane. What a phenomenal job, but Redefy going to run into the chamber. Does he clear it?
He's there.
He clears him. And Chamber's going to
get a head tap,
but Redefy's going to push really fast. It looks like it's going to be a C crunch from Garage. He gets the one, and now Eastern's going to have the plant for C for free, and it is a 4v2 on the side of Eastern with a potential 10-3 score here.
Pandora in the big 26 taking damage from the KJ turret there.
Yeah.
Looks like he's going to try and push up from the flank with the Omen. They don't exactly know the Vipers in Garage there. Comfy is going to run into them completely unaware.
And he's just not playing to any, he's not aware at all. But it doesn't matter when you've got teammates like Wolfenite, Redefy, Alec, and Lumac. Again, these guys are just playing phenomenal. They're playing with their food at this point. This is becoming a no competition.
It's really, like, I'd argue this is even worse than the Ball State game. Alexander, like, probably just holding the most minute pixel there, being able to see the neon peak out there and get the kill through the wall.
That was phenomenal play out of Eastern right there and Alec. I mean, those are just great shots. And again, we're going to see a 10-3 buy up here. I don't know if Buffalo's going to go for a force buy. They kind of need it here. Being down 10-3, I would really like to see a force buy out of them, but I'm not too sure. I think they're going to save here, and it's going to be another default sided towards A for the side of Eastern, looking to see where they can find this util and see if they can catch out any picks.
I mean, Alexander is just going to play to his forte and just play real aggressive on that long push, and Lumac is going to get the first pick from C.
Yep, and Chamber kind of just trolling now. I think he gave up, and he's just going to walk down C. I understand he had the TP, but again, just not really have anything in his util to really target anything. And now we're going to see a push out of Eastern from the A side. Wow, Pandora's going to be able to get one on the push from B, but Alex says otherwise, and he's going to get the trade here. Wolfenite gets a shock dart kill. Alec is just shooting with his ghost. Wow, Eastern just setting the tone here.
Confident with his ghost on that round, and with the shooting a clone.
Oh, man. In the Big 26. Really falling for those.
Alexander getting just a second 3K.
Yeah.
Just more on the board. Wolfenite with that shock dart kill. Just great awareness. Alexander with the just pristine aim. Also, falling for that really...
And to think that this was their map pick is really embarrassing out of the side of Buffalo because they are getting stomped.
It looks like they are going to take a timeout here. Just try and readjust and try and claw back from this massive hole they've dug for themselves.
Yeah, 11-3 is really tough here. I mean, you really have to change your pacing. If I'm the side of Buffalo, the rounds that they have won is because they've played really aggressive and have caught an Eastern off guard. So I think your best bet is maybe to play slightly aggressive, try and get one pick, and then play for the retake. Because, yeah, Eastern's going to be prepared for pushouts, but also if you can overflow one side in exterior like A or C and get one pick, then you can maybe claw back into the round and make one pick turn into two and maybe two turn into three. So Buffalo really has to just play to their util, play to their aggressiveness, and not just play this slow game like Rats Galore play, because they're gonna just keep losing rounds.
Yeah, I mean, really, if they don't adjust, you've lost 8 in a row so far. Like coming out of round 7, you've lost 8 in a row. How do you come back from this?
Yeah, it's hard when you don't have an answer. And, you know, they're trying their best to find something, but again, it's just not working. And again, Rats is going to push out C long to get in this cubby, but I don't really know. He knows Eastern's going to clear them. Or maybe they don't. Redefy does not clear, but Lumac's going to be able to get the trade, and that's going to be a C site free for the side of Eastern.
Really, just the entire Buffalo team is caught out on A. I don't understand what's going on at this point.
Yeah, they're playing a very interesting game. Kind of, it seems like they're giving up a little bit because the Chamber, I understand the aggressive play there, but you really need to be playing for this retake. And Lumac's going to get one. Comfy's going to get the trade. And now he's going to look for another one, but Pandora's going to get a pick. And now we've got a potential 2v2. And Buffalo might be able to win this round.
Not if Eastern plays this perfectly, plays it really carefully, just don't give them sight. And Alexander is going to get picked off there. The spike is ticking down. Wolfenite is going to get both of them, and really, it's just no competition.
This is a phenomenal, that is just phenomenal. Wolfenite playing so calm, playing the time. This guy is the truth, is always the truth, will always be the truth. He plays very slow, plays the time, and it's just he makes it look so easy for those free 2 kills.
Let's talk about KDs. Wolfenite 17-4.
Yeah, he's playing phenomenal. I think that's roughly about a 3.0 KD if my math does stand against me.
That's about a 4.25.
Wow. We have a mathematician next to me in my caster that has a phenomenal job out of there with the decimals and everything. So we got a 4.25 KD out of Eastern with Wolfenite, and this is just going to look like they're going to go for a fast C push. A free pick out of Alec. Alec gets two in the smoke with the spray, and that should be the match point. Comfy's gonna get
caught out there, and Redefy is gonna play the same position that Ratty Chamber has been playing all game. He's gonna get cleared, and Bumpkin is gonna get the kill, but the KJ ult is gonna go down, and I think this is it.
Nice, good pick out of Wolfenite. Gets
and
the
Lumac
second one.
is gonna seal it,
and that is an easy 2-0. Wow, Eastern setting the tone in ESC. People, watch out. This is a scary team.
There is a powerhouse in the ESC, and it starts with E itself.
Yes.
The EMU Esports team.
Look at that 25-9 performance out of Alexander with a backup support of Wolfenite with 18-4. This team is looking scary, and that is a 2-0 out of the side of EMU.
Not even a 2-0, a commanding 2-0, letting up a total of 8 rounds.
And we're going to get a guest on for Alec. He's going to be joining us after a dominant performance. Those boys are looking good.
Hello.
Alec,
I mean, come on.
Can you tell us, walk us through that second game? I want to give a kind of a position here. Last week, Lumac was on the Yoru, was looking a little bit different. It looked okay, wasn't phenomenal, but then you guys decided to flex it and you go on the Yoru. What was the decision behind that?
For us, we talked about it before. Mo's more of like a fragger. Like, he's like your shooter. You know what I mean? You see me out there moving, jumping around, spraying. Like, I'm the more the entry guy.
Yeah.
And so we were kind of just talking about it. We were like, maybe we got this backwards. Maybe Mo should be the one trading me, and I should be the one running in and dying. Yeah. Map 1, a little more dying. Map 2, a little more killing.
Yeah, I mean, you did a phenomenal job. I think that defensive side was just amazing. What was kind of, you with the op, you seemed very confident. Is that something that you're a little bit more confident with, is that op position?
Yes,
because I
sir.
tend to see you more with a rifler, and you tend to be a lot like more confident and aggressive with this rifle. So what was this transition into that op?
I don't know. All summer, we've been working with some coaches, bro. Everyone's been glazing my op. I don't know where it comes from. I actually don't know. Dude, it's just like glaze on glaze on glaze, so I'm just so confident.
I see why. That was just a completely dominant performance with the op. You were everywhere on that map.
Yeah, and I think your guys' comp, there's some teams that aren't understanding the benefit of having the Yoru compared to the Neon. A lot of these teams, the Ball State, the Buffalo, they're playing the Neon. You guys are playing the Yoru. You figured it out. In kind of a professional level, we see this Yoru pick. How did you guys kind of figure out why this Yoru molds so well into Eastern?
I mean, to be fair, it's not. I don't know if it's an Eastern thing. I would give credit to Steven and to our coaches, Steven being the IGL. Obviously, with like the Viper wall, the extra smokes, like we defaulting the smokes and stuff, you can fake a lot.
Yep.
And the Yoru, I can, like you guys are saying, like I can be everywhere across the map. Neon is really strong at running it down, but like you can't play Viper, Killjoy, Sova, Omen, run it down.
Yep.
That's like a very slow, baity, work the map type of comp, and that's kind of what we did. Yeah,
and I mean, you speak about bait, and they had a player on their team that was very terrible. His name was Rats Galore, and he played such baity. I mean, he was a master baiter. I think maybe he's more of a ranked, maybe he's a ranked player that he tends to play more into that, which is understandable. But you guys took such an advantage of that. And how did you guys understand that that guy was just pretty much baiting his team, or did you guys not really worry about a player like that?
We were really worried about it. We have all the faith. Hey, we had a great talk before the game. Love all my guys. Everybody believes in each other.
Wow, so respectful. No BM out of Alec
here.
No
BM out of me.
And
hey, we respectfully run it down. That's what I'm saying.
Well, thank you for joining us today with the interview. You did a phenomenal job.
Thank you.
What is your, if you could say anything to the League of ESC, what would you have to say for Eastern?
Hey, I said Eastern would be coming. We're coming.
We're coming. Okay.
We're coming.
Nice. We'll see you guys next week. I mean, that was a phenomenal performance. What did you think about tonight?
I think it's just more of the dominance we've seen. I mean, we had week 1. We went against Western Michigan. We thought they were just cupcakes. We went against Ball State. We handled them the same way. We go and fight Buffalo here, and we just handle them the same way every single week. I mean, I could really see this team being undefeated here. Just really.
Eastern is looking very, very good, and it's going to be an exciting couple of weeks up ahead. And for the people watching at home, thank you for tonight. I hope you enjoyed Eastern dominating and putting a belt to butt whipping on Buffalo. So thank you again. Enjoy. Have a good weekend. Stay safe, stay warm, and we'll see you in the Eagles' Nest next week.